Hi everyone, Harry Henning here from Henning's Trains, and you know me from a few of our YouTube channels, the Old Train Farm, which we're posting from, and also our Train Shop Weekly on Henning's Trains. I wanted to wish everybody a Happy New Year and let everybody get an update on how things are going, what I got this year, and so forth. As far as my health is getting a lot better. I can honestly say day by day I feel stronger and stronger. It's been a tough battle for the last 4 years, but cancer free and slowly gaining the weight as needed, but that makes for a good thing. Why don't we get on to what we got new this year? I don't know whether we start from the beginning of what I got at the beginning of the year or so forth, but I did have pile up what I brought home in the last couple of days that I've had ported at the shop. Some things I wound up making an exchange for, like the Reading and Northern F units. I really wanted them, but the more I thought about it, I didn't have the cars to go with it. And I figured my brother and Walt both got that set, but, you know, and being that New Hope and Ivyland is not far from me, I got the New Hope and Ivyland set and the little Strasburg switcher to pull the passenger cars till 90 comes in, which we've all been waiting for. I also got the Black River and Western set, which is not far from New Hope and Ivyland, and I do go over there quite often to stop by. And then a few freight cars and the horse car. What we'll do is I'll pull them out individually and show them to you. I think what I'll do first is show you the first sets of cars I got, and that was the 4 cars for the Freedom Train, the Observation, and the passenger cars that went with that set. Then I had bought the Reading Company passenger car set. That was the second thing I got this year. Then in the middle of the year we had a New Folk and Western articulated come in, and I had to buy it. And I thought it was nice, the price was right, so I got that for myself. Beautiful engine. Did a little bit of tweaking to it. That thing runs great. I love it. It's got the auxiliary tender with it. Then I have some stuff that was got at York. I don't have all of it out. Some of it I put away. It's out in the barn, and I don't feel like digging through the barn to get to it. That was like some of the standard gauge pieces that I got while I was out at York. I got a number 10 freight car set, the box car, the cattle car, the caboose, and a hopper car out of that. And then there was a couple other post-war cars I got for my collection that were ones I got here and there. Actually, 1 or 2 of them are still at the shop because they're sitting on my workbench. I got to repair them. Oh, let me go through and I'll pick out the first set of cars and I'll show you those. They're out of the boxes because I've been running them on the layout up till a while ago. Also show you the changes on the layout. I've been starting to run Katy couplers on some of the stuff, and I realized I had an S-bend in the layout. Guess what? Katy couplers don't like S-bends, and we're flipping cars off the track, so we had to fix that. And I decided, you know, this is a good time to update some of the scenery. I kept a lot of what was there, but I made some changes. A little bit different and a little bit the same. So I'll show you that, and we'll get to that next. Alright, these are the 4 Freedom Train cars I got early in the year. There were ones from a pre-order. And it's the observation car. And the 3 coaches and, well, I should say 2 coaches and a combine that went with the set. In really nice pieces. They were added to the collection. And I think I got, I guess, 19 or 20 of the Freedom Train cars now for the Freedom Train. We'll go down and we'll take a look at the Reading cars next. Alright, here we have the Reading coaches. They got 5 of the coach cars and 1 of the combine. This is the combine. Then we come up and all the coaches pretty much look the same, so we don't really have to pull them all through. My only disappointment were these that I kind of was a little same thing with the Freedom Train. They're slightly lower cars, and I kind of thought they could have been a little higher, but I really haven't sat and measured them out with a scale rule. Then we'll come over here, and this is the new Folk & Western that I bought. There's the auxiliary tender and the engine, which basically Lionel had just released these not too long ago in a second version. This is the earlier version without the whistle smoke. But honestly, I didn't care. I was glad to get it to add to the collection. And a very nice piece. It runs well. Like I said, I did a little bit of tweaking to it and got it really running nice and smooth. But great little engine. Alright, the other thing we got when we were out at York was the Lionel Trains York train meet car. This time they did 100 cars, and we happened to get the second car that was put out, which I think is great. And that was, like I say, that one I got out at York. And I haven't really taken it out of the box, and I don't plan on it. I do have the first car they did, and this was the second car that they did, which is a great looking car. One of the next things I bought when we were out at York was this New York Central passenger car. It didn't have trucks on it. I bought it for $5 for our passenger car challenge that we have coming up in the summer on our other channel, on the Train Shop Weekly. We're going to be having a drag race with these powered by Estes rocket engines. That's going to be a fun challenge, and we invited a bunch of our other YouTube friends to come join us in the summer when it gets a little bit warmer and it's not so cold out, where we can lay down about 100 foot of track and launch these things. So that's going to be fun, but that's what this was bought for. This car here, this was given to me during our Run for Fun. It's a local brewery in Lansdale. It's Round Guys Brewery Company. And the guys thought it would go nice with my Coors Brewery to put it in line with the Coors cars and so forth. Being as I do have a few brewery cars between the Budweiser and a few other manufacturers, Miller and so forth, to go with my beer cars. So I thought that was a nice gift, and we put that on the layout. But that was a good piece, and I do thank the people that gave it to me. And you know who you are. I don't want to mention your name without your permission, but thank you for the car. It was great. Okay, next thing we got during the summer was the Strasburg cars came in. We got all 6 of them. And they came in towards the end of summer. And most of you know I took my cars and I converted all of them to Kadee couplers. In my Strasburg set, I wanted to have with Kadee couplers on it and make them more the scale looking, and I think they look great, and they work pretty good. Now, I just got the switcher a couple days ago, and I actually brought that home on, I guess, Saturday afternoon. I brought it home, but I already got one end converted to the Kadee coupler, and I made the mounting plate and everything for it. I still got to stripe it, but I'll be doing the same thing on the other end, and it does match what is on the Strasburg engine, and I'll post a picture of that as well right after this video. That's the Strasburg diesel, and that is a great looking diesel, and performs fairly well. I'm going to use that to pull my passenger cars till the 90 and 89 come in. I did order both of those for the collection. Here you can see the coupler plate that I made for the front. It was out of evergreen plastic, and here's the actual Strasburg engine. And then here we have actually two of the red Pensacola cars that Lionel just did, and I had to get them to add to the M1A set, and along with that I got the Pensacola Coal and Coke Corporation. They did those cars, and I figured they would look good mixed in with the set, so they're basically 4 new cars that I've got to add to the set, but I won't put them out on the rail till we get them out of the box and change the coal load in them. I will actually put real coal in them and then weather these cars up to match in with the rest of the cars. Then we got the REA Express horse car, and this was the one we had tested at the shop. We did the Train Shop Weekly on it, and you can go to our Train Shop Weekly and see this car as we tested all the horse sounds and so forth out, and we had fun with that car. Next was one of the Christmas cars. I do have all the Christmas cars from every year they've made them, plus some of the employee cars, so I definitely needed that for the collection. Next was the hobo car, and most of you know this we had at the shop as well. I guess a couple of weeks ago we had it on. I think it was episode 17 we had this one on, and they play the harmonica, and I thought that was a good one to add to the collection. Alright, these are the Vision Line stock cars. They make the pig sounds, and we actually just had this in episode 18, our New Year's one that we just put out Saturday, and you can see these cars on the track and performing. Well, at least one of the cars I was playing with to check the pig sounds out, so that one you can check out, like I said, on episode 18 with that cars. I will pull them out of the package and you can take a look at them. Alright, here we have the 3 stock cars out of the box, and this is what they look like. And like I say, they are a nice set of cars, and I do like the sounds out of that. It reminds me of Hatfield and our pigs that used to be there when I worked for Hatfield Meats. Next, I've almost forgot 2 that I brought home this beginning of the year. These were the auto box cars, and they were nice looking cars. Like I say, they were the beginning of the year, and they make a nice pair of cars to go with my auto racks and that. Along with that, I believe we also got the Penn Central 80, what was it, the 86-foot box car, And I'll have to grab a picture of that as well. Alright, it's tucked here in its shelf, but that was the 86-foot Penn Central boxcar with the double doors. And that one it's a nice car. I was running that out the beginning of the year when we had the layout set up for the up in Allentown show for Ag Hall there. We had the North Penn O-Gauge layout there, and Sunday I came up and ran trains. Unfortunately, I don't get to get there Saturday for the show, but got there Sunday and ran the auto racks, which I ran this whole set that day. These are all piled into too deep and so forth, but these are the cars I ran for that show at Allentown, and they were fun. I should say the New Hope and Ivyland set. This set here, I will pull it out of the box. We'll set it on one of the rails for everybody to look at, and won't get to run it because the layout's kind of torn apart, but we'll get a video of the actual set and you guys can take a look at it. Alright, I got the New Hope set out of the box and setting on the rail for now. Here's an overview of the set. And like I say, it's got the 4 passenger cars and a Jeep 30. Funny thing is, the Jeep 30s are one of my favorites, and I actually have quite a few of the Jeep 30s. My first one that I ever got was the Redding Jeep 30. Then I wound up, I got an Alaskan Jeep 30. Then I bought a Pennsylvania Railroad Jeep 30. And I guess this is the 4th Jeep 30 I have now in the roster. Nice looking engine. Yeah, the color's a little off, and they are quite bright, so, you know, as far as the car's looking pristine, I will go through and weather the trucks a little and dirty up the bottom of it. We had just done that with Tony's set, and I gotta say, that's kind of what set me in the direction for this set. Was after I worked with Tony teaching him how to do weathering, I was like, I definitely decided I wanted this set, and that kind of clinched it for me. So I wound up getting the set and trading the Redding and Northern F units instead of bringing them home. I brought this home, but it is a beautiful looking set, and nice one to run around the layout here. Okay, we have the Black River and Western set, and we'll get this one out of the box and we'll set that one out on the track next to the New Hope and Ivyland set, and you can see the difference between the two. This is neat. I like the little SW1. The box is a little deceiving on size, but once you pull it out and look at it and see it, it's an amazing set. And did have the engine and one of the cars out in episode 18 on the Train Shop Weekly from this box, because I wanted to look at it and see what it was before I brought it home and decided to buy the set. So I'll get it out of the box and we'll be right with you in a few seconds. The Black River and Western set we got out of the box, and this is the SW1 number 400 switcher that they do run over in Flemington, New Jersey, where the railroad's at, and some of the passenger cars. They're a heavyweight car. 2 of the cars have 4-wheel trucks on it, and then the one car has 6-wheel trucks on it, pretty much similar to over at the railroad. And nice looking set of cars. They do have people inside, and it makes for a nice little set. So we have the two sets here, the Black River and Western and the New Hope and Ivyland set. So they'll be nice to run on the layout. And then we have the Strasburg set as well. So we'll show you some of the changes on the layout that we made, and I think that might be it for the video for the week. So give me a minute and we'll show you some changes. Alright guys, this is the section of the layout that we made changes on, and we did move the tunnel portal over by about 3 to 4 inches, and we used to have an S-bend in this tunnel, which now we have straight track going in and going around. This little switch tower that was added, I just got finished building this about 2-3 days ago. Prior to that, we've been working on the station, and we got all these little lights put in. These are little LED station lights, and we got a good amount of them put up in the parking lot here. We loaded up LEDs within the buildings, which the wiring we have hid so nice in these now that you don't see them. Then we redid the gas station. We're still working on that. Still got some trees that got to go over here with the chickens and the chicken coop and all that. We redid the scrap yard in the back, and that was all refinished. Then we went to the country store, and we got Al's Produce out back along with the country store itself. And the new feature being we made some more room and moved the tunnel portal over. We added also the Woodland Scenics post office, and that we still got to detail out and get some of the stuff there, and people going in and out, and the mail truck and so forth. But they're the changes we made. Up in this section here, I plan on building a freight depot to go with the station, so that you have your station itself, which that I've got quite a bit of hours on building. But and we'll scratch build or find a kit that's going to actually work in this section here for me, you know, for it. But that's our progress so far on the changes on the layout for right now. But it was fun to do, and the guys have been working with me on it. I can show you what they've been working on down the other section of the layout. So give me a second, we'll walk down there. Alright, this is a section of the layout some of the club members have been working on, and basically it's old Route 66, and we got the Dinosaur gas station, which we put there back just before the Run for Fun. But then on this side they've added, and they're still working on it, they just got the parking lot and the building in place. Still got to wire it up and do some other stuff, but they got the UFO cafe put in, and they're working on some projects for that. So that's going to be pretty neat when they get that all done. But that's the other update on the layout of what's been going on. But gotta thank you all for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope everybody has a happy new year. All I can say is I wish for the best for everybody for the new year. I hope everybody enjoys, has fun, and things get better. For me, they've been getting better little by little. I hope for everybody else, they have a great, lucky, good new year. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And if you got a chance to stop in the shop, stop and say hi to myself, or my brother or Walt. They're there as well. And don't forget to tune in to the Train Shop Weekly. Our last episode was posted Saturday. That was episode 18. And we'll be on again next year. See you guys.